we had gone to, we were in Miami, Florida. We had gone out to dinner with Mr. Sutton. He invited us to go out to dinner with him, and we did. And we was coming back into the convention center to get in our seats so the proceeding would start. And he passed by, they call it the green room now, you know, we're sophisticated. And he said to the young lady who was sitting out, "Hello, how are you?" And he knew Shirley because they had been in the assembly together before she went on to Congress. And so he asked about it, and she said, "Is she in?" And she said, "Yes." And he said, "Can I go in?" And she went in, and she came back. She said, "Oh, sure." And Percy went in, Mary Pinkett and I, we stayed outside. And he came back out, and he said, "Listen, something happened. The congressman who was supposed to nominate Lady Chisholm is not going to do it." And she asked me, "Will I do it? And we need second for the nomination." He said, "You ladies do that." I looked at Mary. Mary already elected. She's a councilwoman. I'm just a little delegate getting involved in this stuff. And I said, "Yes." Mary said, "Yes." And so Mr. Sutton, we took our seats, and they told him they would come for him to come up on the stage. Beautiful in Miami, Florida, the convention all set up. You see the background, how they make it for that. And they came, got Mr. Sutton, and he took Mary and myself up with him, and we stayed in the back, and he went up, and you know, Mr. Sutton, did you have a chance to meet Percy Sutton? He was from Texas, lived in this building, by the way. Eloquent speaker, eloquent. He got up and he nominated Mrs. Chisholm with all kind of words and his stature. And after he did all he said about Shirley, a second, Mary and I walked out from behind the curtain, and we seconded the nomination, proudly seconded the nomination of Shirley Chisholm for the President of the United States. What a moment. The place went up. Applause, and people had the signs, Chisholm, Chisholm, Chisholm. The few blacks that was there, and then many of the whites stood up and did that. And that gave us a real determination. And that gave other young women, the Yvette Clarks, the women in our state legislature, to run. How dare you to think only white men can rule this country, rule this state, and make laws that we have to abide by? How dare you? It wasn't in words, but it was in action that we showed, that we went out, and we knew how to get petitions. We had got them for white people, and now we're going to get them for ourselves, for our people. And so Shirley Chisholm gave us that spark that we needed to say, "Come on, women, we're the backbone of this country. We help our men, we love our men, but we too should have the spotlight." And that's what she showed. And all over the country, not just Brooklyn, not just New York State, but all over the country, Shirley Chisholm gave the lift that African American women needed to say, short in stature, small in weight and size, but had a voice that would boom all over the country. When she stood up, a silence fell over the place because she had something to say, and she said it. She didn't tuck her head or hide. She stood up and looked America in its face and said what was wrong. And when I think about the poem, "We too are Americans," that's what she said. And it gave all of us a lift that we needed, and we were prepared. And that's why it is so precious to me that we lift her name up at all times, that we remember that it was Shirley that really gave us African American women the wings beneath our wing to soar. And so I think about her every day when I get a little down with what's happening in this world and in this state. They're trying to push us back, turn the clock back on us. Well, guess what? We're not having it. We're not having it. We would not stand on the grave on the shoulder of a Shirley Chisholm, a Barbara Jordan, a Mary Cloud Bethune, Dorothy Irene Heights. We would not dare let those women know where we are today and where they were yesterday, that we would not take that baton and run with it.
I believe that we are smart enough to correct our mistakes. I believe we are intelligent enough to recognize the talent, energy, and dedication which all Americans, including women and minorities, have to offer.